Imagine waking up to a world where the so-called peak China narrative, the idea that China's economic dominance is already waning, is itself on the decline. That's the provocative take from US economist Nicholas Lardy, and it's sure to make you question everything you thought you knew about global economics. Buckle up, because we are diving into his expert insights that challenge conventional wisdom and might just reshape how you view trade wars and superpower shifts. But here's where it gets controversial. Could tariffs really be sabotaging their own goals? Let's explore this together. Nicholas Lardy isn't just any economist. He's a non-resident senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics and a member of the Council on Foreign Relations, both prestigious Washington-based think tanks focused on international policy. With decades of deep dives into China's economy, he's authored multiple books on its growth since the late 1970s. His latest work from 2019, titled The State Strikes Back, argues that China's government is rolling back earlier market reforms by ramping up state control, which could have huge implications for global trade. This exclusive interview originally featured in SCMP+, you can read it here, https://www.scmp.com/plus/article/Nicholas Lardy China's unique economic advantage display ++ and module =open_questions and pg type =archive module =inline and pg type =article. For more gems from their open questions series, check out this link, https://www.scmp.com/news/china/series/3256715/open-questions module =inline &pg type =article. Let's kick things off with a burning question. The United States has rolled out several programs to revive its manufacturing sector, like the Small Business Administration's Made in America initiative, aimed at reclaiming jobs and grabbing back market share from China. Learn more about it here. https://www.scmp.com/economy/China-economy/article/what Trump can and cannot do make us manufacturing great again module =inline and pg type =article. But is this really doable? In Lardy's view, the straightforward answer is no. To understand why, picture this. For the past 70 to 80 years, the percentage of US jobs in manufacturing has been steadily dropping. That's not because output from factories has plummeted, far from it. Thanks to advances in technology and efficiency, each worker now produces way more than before, keeping overall production relatively stable. However, dreaming of a massive comeback for those factory jobs? Lardy says it's highly improbable. We've witnessed this under former President Trump, who championed manufacturing revival as a cornerstone of his economic strategy. Yet, fast forward to 2025, and we're seeing the opposite. Those jobs are still shrinking, in part due to tariffs. For beginners wondering what tariffs are, think of them as taxes on imported goods that make foreign products more expensive, supposedly to protect local industries. Trump's theory was simple: slap on hefty tariffs, and voila, manufacturing would flood back to American shores. Maybe a handful of companies would relocate to dodge those extra costs, a process called reshoring, where businesses bring production back home from abroad, but there's a catch most people miss. Many US manufacturers rely on imported materials, like steel or components from overseas. When tariffs hike up the price of these inputs, it jacks up costs for those companies, making them less competitive. They might lose sales, cut corners, and ultimately shed workers. So, while some new firms could emerge through reshoring or other incentives, we can't ignore the impact on existing ones. And this is the part most people miss. The data shows these established manufacturers are contracting, with employment dropping. In short, tariffs aren't the magic wand for reviving a meaningful chunk of manufacturing jobs. They might even be doing more harm than good. And this is where it gets really divisive. Is Lardy right that tariffs are counterproductive, or do you believe they are a necessary evil to level the playing field? Shifting gears, Opinions on China's economic future are wildly split. On one side, skeptics warn of the middle-income trap, a concept where countries get stuck in moderate prosperity without breaking into high-income status. Dive deeper here. https://www.scmp.com/economy/China economy/article/China Hosiet John Rich Country Club has middle income trap been sprung module equals inline and PG type equals article, suggesting China might falter before reaching true superpower status. On the flip side, optimists predict explosive growth that could vault China past the US as the globe's top economy. What's Lardy's take? Well, he leans toward caution, drawing from his extensive research, but he encourages us to watch closely as reforms evolve. In a world of economic rivalries and shifting sands, Lardy's analysis forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. Could China's rise be unstoppable, or is the middle-income trap a real threat? And what about those tariffs, genius move or self-inflicted wound? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Lardy's skepticism on US manufacturing revival, or do you see a path to success? Is China's trajectory more hopeful than we think, or are traps ahead? Drop your opinions in the comments, let's spark a debate.